So check this out. Well, it's y'all's lucky night. Actually, it's my wife's lucky night. Because I'm in the kitchen cooking again. Tonight what we're going to do is my take on baked meatballs. Really easy to make. I'm basically springboarding off of a Swedish meatball recipe. I'm not going to make the Swedish meatball gravy I usually do, but I'm not this time. We're just going to have these with pasta and pasta sauce. So come along with me and I'll show you how I put these together and what I do that's just a little bit different. Here's where I go a little bit different than most people. In this mixing bowl, I have a pound of ground beef down here in the bottom and a pound of all natural antibiotic free lamb. Most people with their meatballs use pork or sausage with the beef. I do not. I like lamb, and so I use lamb. So we're going to roughly get the meat kneaded together. We're going to add 2 egg yolks. Get those broken and start working them in. Quarter cup of Worcestershire sauce. A half a cup of panko breadcrumbs. And this is half a teaspoon of allspice, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of pepper. And now we'll knead this all up nicely so that it comes together. Mix all the spices and the breadcrumbs and the egg and the lamb and the beef. And that's my oven telling me it's at temperature. We're going to bake these for a half hour at 400 degrees. Once I get this all kneaded nicely together, we're going to make 1-inch balls and put them on a lightly greased baking sheet. I'm using a big one because this is 2 pounds of meat. You want to make sure you get this mixed thoroughly because you don't want to end up with a meatball with a pretty good chunk of spices in it, because that can be kind of funky. I think that will do. Now you can grease your baking pan or your cookie sheet whatever you want to call it, with anything you grease them with, butter, shortening. I just used olive oil cooking spray, and this is actually an olive spoon for getting olives out of jars, but it's 1 inch in diameter, which is the size of meatball that I like to make. So I'm just going to use this as my scoop. That one's a little bit bigger than 1 inch, but hey, does it really matter? Now, you could be really nitpicky and make these perfectly round, you know. And it doesn't take that much longer to do it. The key thing here is to make these all as uniform as possible, because if they're not all relatively the same size, they won't cook to the same internal temperature, and that's not something that you want. So basically you get the idea, and when I get these all rolled out and on the pan, I'll come back. So there we go. If you're one of those that thinks, oh, I love meatballs, but they're just so hard to make and it takes so long, actually it really doesn't. There's 55 meatballs here, and it took me about 15 minutes to roll them is all. So now we pop them in the oven, 400 degrees. $30 minutes, and I'll come back when they're done. Okay, timer went off, so the meatballs should be done. Oh, and they smell so good. Look at that. See, who says meatballs are hard? So how are they? Oh my goodness. Perfectly done. Very nice seasoning. And like I said, you can use a traditional Swedish style sour cream based gravy and serve them over egg noodles or potatoes or rice. I mean, it's your choice. Tonight we're not doing that. Tonight we're serving them with pasta sauce and spaghetti. So much better than just ground beef mixed in with your pasta sauce. And it really didn't take that long. Try it. You might like it.